Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm Sheldon and this is Behind the Enthusiast. Today we are working on the ATV again. Had some bad luck, however, fingers crossed that is done and over with now. I'm going to be moving on to the essentials of the ATV, which there's two essentials: flat track tires and a tether. Now, the tether probably going to be the most tricky thing to put on the ATV because I'm sure you guys have heard me say this before. I hate wiring. And right now, I'm going to start with the wheels because those should be super easy. I also bought some new extended lug nuts, which are a little bit larger as well, but the threads match up. So those should complement the rear end really nicely. So let's get into it. So here we go. We're trying out my new lift, which is from Power Fist at Princess Auto. And this thing is already pre-assembled. You don't have to do anything to put it together. And as you guys can see, I'm going to use these arms here, which are actually for tube frames. However, it slots very nicely right in underneath the bottom here. It's actually designed pretty much the same way. So I just centered this one to jack up the rear. I've got it in gear right now so that I can break the lug nuts loose. Obviously, you guys can do this either way. You can have the tire resting on the ground, or you can lift it up in the air and have it in gear. I already had it in gear, so I just figured I'd leave it that way. Already set up. I got my tools out. We're going to be using a 14 mil. So I'm going to start to crack those nuts off and figure out if this is actually going to work for me, making sure that I actually bought the right stuff. Pretty sure I did, because right now it would be the worst time to find out that I screwed up. And just in case you guys are wondering, these are the tires. Got these through work. Hoosiers, 18.5 by 10 RD15s. Now, I don't remember exactly how tacky these are, but I believe I was going off of a chart on the Hoosier website. These are relatively sticky, if I remember correctly, and because I'm relatively new, it makes a little bit more sense for me to go with something that's kind of like a medium or a soft, because a hard tire, if I was going into, let's say, a pro level and I was burning off the tires quite a bit and I was doing larger tracks, it would make a little bit more sense. But my buddies who race in the ATV class recommended either soft or medium, so I'd have to double check which one these ones are, but it's one or the other. And as you guys can see, these things are looking pretty awesome. DWT logo right in there. I actually got these off of eBay. They actually have an account on there, so I got these ones. So I'm going to put this one on, like I said, with the new lugs. These are looking really sharp. I really like these ones. So I'm going to put those on as well. And then, just because I'm working in the trailer, I'm going to do the front tire, probably. And then I will have to shimmy the ATV all the way over to the left side to do the right. All right, here we go. Awesome. Out with the stock wheel. And in with the new one. Now, before I throw on this flat track tire setup, just want to have a look at the original. So it's going to be kind of hard for you guys to tell. It's on the grass. It's not going to be completely level, but it is a little bit shorter in height. And this is going to be the main difference here. I'm going to say probably a couple of inches wider at least. This is flush. So yeah, just a little bit wider just to help you get that traction in the rear. So there we go. This is all ready to go. A little bit of rust. I mean, it's an old machine. Might have to repaint a few things here and there, but the previous owner actually did paint a lot of this bike already. So, but I'm not too concerned about it right now. Because let's be honest, and everyone's told me this, race bikes are not supposed to be pretty. Obviously, I can do a little bit of an inspection here on all these different components. All right, so front wheel comparison. The top. I mean, that is a huge gap. And I'm pretty sure they're level right now, so they are considerably shorter. And in terms of width, they are pretty much the same width. Probably gonna fall over, but whatever. So, same width, which is not a big deal. I mean, you kind of want them a little bit more narrow anyway because they are steering. However, a lot shorter, so the front end will be a lot lower, which I think is probably what you want. I think to have a high front end is probably a bad idea. Hoosier tires. Left side is all done. And now all we gotta do is the right. There we go, guys. Way more light on this side of the trailer. These things look so good. There you go. Got the front end jacked up. And before I forget, the fronts are 18 by 5.5. Again, I can't remember what number this is. This is probably the rim size, if I remember correctly. D12s. Again, I'll have to check the chart, but if you guys are looking to get your own Hoosier tires for your ATV, you guys can either use these specs that I'm using on mine, or if you feel like there's a better option out there, then by all means. There you have it, guys. Hoosiers. Front and rear. All done. All good to go. Yeah, oh yeah, there we go. Way better. Now, In terms of the tether, I'm gonna have to save that for another video because I have literally no room unless I start moving wires and cables and everything else. So it's gonna be a little bit more involved. So I'm actually gonna leave that for another video. Well guys, what'd you think? I know I was trying to get all the essentials done in this one. However, the wheels, those are pretty easy, especially with the new lug nuts on them. Those look really, really nice. However, that tether, you know, looking at the handlebars, right in that section there was where the zip tie is. I have a feeling I'm gonna have to remove that and maybe put it on that lower portion of the handlebar as opposed to up top near, let's say, my hand controls. I think that's probably what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to clean up everything here from doing the wheels, go and grab the tether again. I'm hoping it's easy to figure out, but like I said many times, I hate wiring, and I think it's probably best that I save it for another day. Maybe a day where it's just a little bit cooler. Anyway, hopefully you guys like this one. If you did, make sure to smash that like button so I know that it's working. Mosquitoes are not out yet, thankfully. So if you guys hate mosquitoes, leave a comment down below. And if you guys have any comments or questions about the build, please also leave those down below. And of course, be sure to subscribe so you guys don't miss out on future content on the channel. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.